So at Vets for Warriors, our mission is to provide 24/7 confidential, stigma-free, peer support by veterans and fellow service members. Our reach is active duty members, the National Guard, and reserve service members as well. Veterans, retirees, families, caregivers, and we don't have any restrictions. And there is no wrong doors here, regardless of their discharge or whatever their current status is with the military, if they're transitioning out, working their way into the military, and really any branch that they serve in. The shared experiences we have is to create an environment of trust that demonstrates that our callers are never alone. So our staff, our peers are all caring, and it's a place where our veteran service members can go and call, and there's an empathetic voice that's ready to connect and follow up with them at any time. Our staff consists of 45 veterans from all branches of the military, from Vietnam vets, and there's still some that's still currently serving, actually. So we still have that active connection. Our staff answers the phones, texts, chats, emails, social media, whatever mode of communication they use, it is answered by a live veteran at all times. Back in December 13 in 2011, the National Guard Bureau initiated Vets for Warriors. They wanted to recognize the difficulties of the returning military service members into civilian life, and the transition was hard, and they noticed that. There was a rising number of suicides during that time in 2011, and especially when they were waiting for services at the VA. So they kind of wanted to go in and kind of help out. And during at least the waiting process, there was somewhere that they can go to. During that time, actually, there was a New Jersey resident, Sergeant Coleman Bean. He got attention and advocacy of late New Jersey Senator Frank Lautenberg and Congressman Rush Holt. So those two, their services actually help establish the program here at Rutgers University, Behavioral Healthcare, which is actually a center of excellence for 18 years in peer support. Then 2 years later, in August 2013, the program transitioned into the Department of Defense, the DoD, and specifically DISPO, the Department of Suicide Prevention Office. The major focus was, we still saw, our veterans and family members, but the major focus during that time was active duty men and women, and not just stateside here in New Jersey and not just our side of the nation, but it was globally as well too, because, our service members are everywhere. We work close with the VA's crisis line, so if there's any crisis and there's any situations like that, we know how to handle them, and where we will warm transfer our callers. And we don't only see those that's having crisis, and we continue with peer support whenever the callers do accept our callbacks and stuff like that. We never impose limits on the length of our peer support as well. So if a caller wants to talk just one time, then we honor whatever their wishes are. But if they want to continue a relationship and work towards a goal, we work on that together with them. The endings are determined by the needs of all our callers. And like I said before, the callbacks is the discretion of the caller and the duration of the support. If it's only 2 months, 3 months, maybe just during their transition. And even at times, we have callers that say, you know what, we've been talking for a year. I'm really in a great place now. They can always call back. It's not, oh, we already helped you last year, we can't help you again. It's always, the door is always open. We never close the door on any of our veterans and family members. They choose how often our interactions occurs, and we have routinely outreach military with our service members. So, like I said, regularly, once a week, if they want, twice a week, bi-weekly, or every other month, whatever they want. And peer support, we don't see it to take over counseling services or whatever services they have outside of that. It's just more to complement the other treatments and services they're receiving. And there are some families that also do not want to engage in mental health counseling. Sometimes this might open a door for them, so they can eventually grow into wanting to do that. And even those that, like we said, they still have counselors, they still have a good support system locally at their home base or at their station, their family, but it's just sometimes you need that other provider for you. And because here we're at Vets for Warriors, we're 24/7, we're here all the time. Your social worker's not up all the time. They have their maybe 9 to 5 hours or whatever their hours are, but sometimes it's those nights where you kind of need someone at that moment, and that's why we're here. All calls, like I've stated before, they're confidential. They can be anonymous if that's what the caller wants, and we never share information to their military branches or units. And I know that's stigma. That's an issue that I've had, that a lot of people's had. I myself, I was active duty, so sometimes you don't want people to know your chain of command to know that you were seeking help or some kind of assistance, some kind of guidance. All our calls are answered whenever the caller needs help. It's within 30 seconds of their call. We don't have an automated system. We don't have phone trees, and it's a live veteran. You don't have to push, like we were saying, no phone trees, no one, no two. It's directly, a veteran will help you immediately right there, any hour of the day. All peers are trained in the best practice model, reciprocal peer support, that was developed at Rutgers University Behavioral Healthcare 18 years ago. And all the peers here, before they actually go live on the phone, they go through 80 hours of training, and they're also supplemented by ongoing continuing education, where we have monthly trainings, and we kind of just, touch on things that we need to really focus on at that time, or just different things that we have going on. We have licensed mental health clinicians as well, because less than 3% of our calls are emergent, but we do know how to handle them. And our close relationship with the Veterans Crisis Line is also really beneficial for us as well, too. Our peers are really strong advocates for mental health treatment and the services as well. And we want to say, when we do what we do at the end of our calls, we see how our callers feel. We kind of do surveys as well. And I want to say that 99% of our customer surveys are positive. So if you look at our website that I have up here, we have the About section. I gave you a little brief about it, our contact information, our mission here at Vets for Warriors. Just a little bit, like I said, with the National Guard, and our Senior Director, retired Major General Mark Graham. We have our survey that I was telling you about, some unique features we have, the different things that I said we did. We have our video of some of our peers. So it's definitely something to look at and have everyone kind of check out. Testimonials from our actual callers as well. These are, like I said, these are in different people, not just service members, family members, and you could really see where they're coming from. And the range of support we provide, not just when they need help, or not just when they're in crisis, because it is a transition, it's a big change. If you'll go back to, I'll show you back in our homepage, it shows like we were focusing on a lot of transition, family, military, just stress, just a lot of different things. We've also started the ambassador program, so we're trying to find people that's willing to volunteer some of their time just to help us get the word out and just really assist our military families. Bert, I think that's it. I don't know if I ended that right.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
I
should have ended it a better closing. What was that?
Oh, it's all great. I did want to point out that you guys have partnered with some R4 members, and you're already working with some other organizations such as Project Sanctuary
Yes.
and An Hour. And you guys, it seems you treat each one of those partnerships in unique ways. And I know that there's going to be some folks on the membership update that'll be interested in connecting with you guys and talk about how they might be able to collaborate with you too. So, if you don't mind, if you could talk a little bit about ways that you've collaborated or
Just
ways
address
that.
them? Oh yeah. Hold
Yeah,
on, let me
yeah,
pull up.
and
I want to pull
also,
up their pages too, so I can pull it in.
yeah, and then possibly also, share the contact information for who to reach out to. There, Vets for Warriors, for those that
Yes.
are interested in reaching out to you for further collaboration.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, because they're social media, they're so good about it, especially Project Sanctuary. They're always sharing us stuff, and they're.
Yeah, absolutely. And so part of it is through social networking, having a unified and shared
Yes.
message.
Social. You call
And
us
so what do you guys
Project.
do with Project Sanctuary? I know that you guys share each other's social media, and I believe you're probably listed as a partner on their website.
We are listed. We actually get a lot of their calls. So they're, whether they have questions about Project Sanctuary, or if they need peer support, or sometimes they just want to donate to Project Sanctuary, and they reach out to us on
Oh,
theirs.
okay.
So it's big. Yeah, our phone number is actually listed on their page of Project Sanctuary. And what
Okay.
we do want to do eventually, is after their retreats, maybe we can connect with them and continue the support, after their week with Project Sanctuary. So I think that's definitely something we want to do, because it's hard, especially if they're focused mostly on the retreats, somewhere where they can go to after the fact.
Absolutely. And that's what we talked about in our first meeting when we were talking about working together with R4 Alliance, was that the need with a lot of our organizations, that need for the assistance with the follow-up and the continued communication after the program is over. And it is a struggle for a lot of organizations to be able to keep tabs on all the people that they've had come through. So it's a benefit, and it's really nice to have somebody else that can come and help out with that load.
Yes, absolutely. And then with Given Hour, you were saying, so actually we've been using them for years. At least I've been here for 3 years. I've been using Given Hour just as a resource for our clients because sometimes some of the situations that peer level can't really handle. It's things that really we can't do. But a lot of them too, like we were saying, some depending on their discharge, they don't get the care that they're entitled to, or sometimes if they're guard or reserves, they don't have their benefits. They don't get the benefits that they would usually get. So they said, I can't afford a therapist. How am I going to get one? So we refer them to Given Hour. And
Absolutely.
I know a lot of them have used it. And they'll use, they'll call Best Forest for their peer support, but then they have an actual therapist counselor. And I've heard nothing but positive news from their counselors at Given Hour.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's each of us doing our piece of the puzzle to create the complete care.
Yes.
If you don't mind showing your contact information and possibly Lloyd's real quick on the screen, so that those who would like to follow up and learn more can contact you. And spoiler alert to those on the call for the membership update, Vets for Warriors is also an integral piece of our up-and-coming coordinated care network. So anybody wanting to get in touch, there's some contact information up there on the screen. And you're welcome to reach out to those points of contact and talk to them about further collaboration. And with that, Fatima, is there anything else you would like to bring up before we stop the recording here?
Well, actually here, the phone number here, this is for the main number. So this will directly to appear, 855-838-8255. But if you want to reach Lloyd and I in the office, the phone number here is 732-235-3970. 732-235-3970. But email-wise, we'll get all this information too, so it's never an issue if you go through here. Or like I said, even the Facebook page, whatever is easier, whatever is, right at your fingertips, that's the best way to reach us.
All right, so just like it is with our with the veterans you serve, there's multiple points of entry for our members wanting to come and work with you guys too.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you guys for your time today and the recording, and I'm sure that after the membership update next week, I'm sure we'll have some more questions and people coming to contact you.
Thank you so much, Bert. Thank you.